would be awful. So I won't. What do I care? Again with the weather paradigm, they're not going to get that. I'm going to make sure of it. So it's like Hagia Sophia in Civ 4, but better. It's like if the Hagia Sophia could then let you build oil wells and raise land and build land bridges across the ocean, which of course it can't. So yeah, I'm not going to go into free market because I'm having quite enough trouble with native life forms as it is. Trying to destroy that little alien and that spore launch is really successful. There we go. This is my sort of colonization effort to try and push up into the rest of the continent, which of course is what you're supposed to do in all Civ games. You're supposed to kill off the initial competition and then spread it out. You know, manifest destiny. Go west, young man, or in this case, go north and east. More Ermac than Horace Greeley. And look at all those mindworms. Instead of going for my alien artifact, I'm now going for that place there that really isn't set up for it. It's got one very green unit in there, which is no good in PSI combat. Oh, goody hunt. And yeah, see what I mean? Huh. So I don't know what's going to happen with that place, but I hope it doesn't get destroyed. As we all do. And look at that mine, 7 minerals. Don't think of it. No, you can't do any better than that, even if you build a thermal borehole, which I will probably explain when I build one. It sounds pretty interesting. Basically build a big tube down to the centre of the earth, and then the heat and energy. It's a heat transfer from digging down into the hole. Creates massive amounts of energy and minerals, but it's really bad for the environment, so don't do it. This is my attempt to stave off the inevitable, or at least, I've got a college above there, so even if it does get wiped out by the mindworms, I can rebuild it. Hey, look at this. That's a bit of a bug. The spore launchers are firing on themselves. Oh, never mind. Ooh. Oh, it's... So that place hasn't been overrun by mindworms just yet. But it's not looking good. I'll spend a bit more money on another scout patrol. So yeah, that was really weird back then, with the spore launchers firing on themselves. Well, I'm not complaining. I think they finished them off for me. I would have had to deal with that. They would have been firing at my terrain improvements like roads and forests. So, the more they shoot themselves, the less I have to worry about them. What have I done here? Yeah, that old trick there. I'm building the weather paradigm, even though I'm building another area, and then when a better wonder comes along.
This is simply a sign of our maturity as a sentient species. As our collective consciousness expands beyond a crucial point, we are at last ready to accept life's fundamental truth, that life's only purpose is life itself. Looking God in the eye.
Thank you, Chairman Cheng Jiang. Who we haven't met yet, so I don't know how we're able to listen to him talk. But, yeah, hologram theories, they're pretty nifty. The virtual world, that's very nifty, especially if you're the a university, because you get a free network node in any case, which make Y a lot of people's favourites. And probe teams, this is like diplomats and spies, but better. And you can, with the workshop, turn them into ships as well, so you can have, like spy ships, and you can bribe cities from the shore. I don't know how realistic it is, but I don't know about future society. Maybe it would be. And one of the best things about this game, terraforming the sea to make it vaguely useful. If you were to get a kelp... Yes! I don't have to waste a colony pod rebuilding that place. So yeah, if you get a kelp farm and a solar collector and have an aqua farm and a thermocline transducer in a colony, you essentially get 4/4 of each on a C-square, which is a lot better than the 1 that you would get ordinarily. What can I do with that? Very little. Build a road to somewhere more prosperous. Here we go. That's a pretty nifty spot. It not only is it quite rocky for minerals, it's really lush. Rainy. It's not just moist. Yeah, I do laugh at it. It calls land moist, but you know, kind of immature. Oh, prick. So it gives me an opportunity to wipe out 2 mind worms, which means I get double the planet pearls. Oh yeah, if you kill a mind worm while attacking it, you get a bonus. You get money from it. I think the story is that if you kill a mind worm suddenly, all sort of entrails sort of harden off to turn into... yeah, I'm not spending 100 credits just yet. I know I'm rich, I'm not that rich. Yeah, if you kill a mind worm off hurriedly, their entrails form into pretty like pearl-like things, nicknamed planet pearls, and they're very lovely, and are worth at least 20 credits apparently. I don't know, it's another one of the games where you encourage you to attack. Oh, there's another one. I actually saw him wandering around the fungus. That's another 30 credits. Ah, look, I've made a friend. Let's take a look at Colonel Corazon Santiago of the Spartan Federation. Well, what can we say about her? It's a bit dismissive, a bit disdainful. But again, I'm not a military man myself. Perhaps she likes a man in uniform. Ooh. Anyway, where's she from? Oh, she's a survivalist. Apparently her backstory is that yeah, she was part of the rebel forces somewhere in South America, and didn't have a proper childhood as such, and grew up a bit weird and independent like. She leads the Spartan Federation, which are a bunch of survivalists who I'm sure you'd find in today's Earth in Idaho and Montana and places like that. I think taxes are theft and the federal government should stay out of everything, including defence. So what have we got about her? Well, she starts with a mobility, so she can build scout rovers right from the off, which is pretty useful for expanding and exploring even. And even better than that, +2 morale for every unit, because they're well-trained followers. And yes, they really know how to beat mind worms. There's no letting the terrors induced, the nightmares induced with the terrors and whatnot overcome them and get eaten by mind worms. Not very often. Highly disciplined followers, +1 police. That's the opposite of the Gaians, who are very ill-disciplined, I suppose, and hippies. -1 industry due to bloated defence budgets. Although it says here that extravagant weapons are costly. And prototype units do not cost extra minerals. That's very useful. As you noticed with when I was upgrading my troops during the war with the Gaians, I had to build a prototype of any new weapon in the city first, and before I could upgrade it in the field for a reasonable price. You don't have to do that with the Spartans. That's very good. However, you can't use wealth in social engineering, which, when you compare it to mine, where I can't have bases larger than the 4, seems like a bit of a weak thing, really. It was wealth too, makes you a bit richer. Yeah, a bit richer and a bit less, you know, your morale's a bit worse. So it's even worse if I go fight with the guy as the Morganites. That plus free market means I'm absolutely useless against planets mind worms. So, what you got to say for yourself? Quite like the dialogue in this game. Morgan's Planet CEO, the new guy for you bring in unique talents to the world. Ooh. Permit me to reintroduce myself. Nah, too late. Been in touch with Miriam. There's 70 credits, not worth it. No, certainly not worth it for field modulation. I don't know what it does, but it sounds a bit crap. Through cooperation we can achieve mutual satisfaction of our needs. Yeah, I'm up for that. What does doctrine loyalty see to?
By which his subjects will always, and in every possible condition of things, have need of his government, and then they will always be faithful to him. Niccolo Machiavelli, the Prince, idyllic.
Oh, thank you, Niccolo Machiavelli. If I got to take what this says with a pinch of salt, of course, because... Ooh, police state. Shall I look at that now? No, I don't. I'll describe that later. And again, progenitor psych for high energy chemistry. Progenitor psych, really basic tech that I've got, so yeah, why not? Come on, yes, it's wonderful stuff.
Plasma accretion process is now dangerous and difficult to control, but its products will soon become commonplace in our society. Sister Miriam Godwinson, the Lord works.
Thank you, Sister Miriam. I know you're out there somewhere. Level 3 armour, that's pretty good. Better than synth metal. Plasma metal. And the ship, prototype cost of 60. I can't believe it, but for infantry that's fine. Polymorphic software, yes please.
Inherently iterative process. One does not simply take sand from the beach and produce a data probe. We use crude tools to fashion better tools, and then our better tools to fashion more precise tools, and so on. Each minor refinement is a step in the process, and all of the steps must be taken. Chairman Centauri, looking God in the eye.
Thank you, Chairman Cheng Xia. Although take sand from the beach and make a data probe. It's just trying to sound modern, failing miserably there. Yeah, we can build artillery. This was, of course, an improvement on Civ 4 artillery, Civ 2 artillery, and kind of like Civ 3 artillery. These sort of fire and damage units and make it easier for the rest of it. Ooh, exchange maps. Oh, that's where you are. Oh, fair enough. Hardly a faction armed to the teeth hardly seems friendly to me. What a good response. So I mean, the dialogue in this game is quite good, really. It's quite a static, diplomatic model, and it's better than the Civ 4 dialogue and Civ 3 dialogue. Let's be fair. Anyway, yeah. Oh yeah, you've got to take what Machiavelli says in The Prince with a pinch of salt. He of course read it as a kind of a sucking up enterprise to the Medici when he regained control of Florence. He was of course part of the Republican government. And you remember a lot of things he wrote in there. He wrote in there in The Prince were later on contradicted by the discourses which put forward Republican virtue. Quite the opposite of what I put forward in The Prince. Also, I finally built a recreation commons, one of the more useless things considering I can't build a base over the size 4. And that was Commissioner Brownell talking about respective factions' recreation commons and how they give a character of a base, us being them organised. We have the glittery gambling halls of Morgan Banks, which sounds better than the Hive's feeding bays. Anyway, Brother Lal should know about building base facilities. He built the first one in 2123. Fat lot of good he did him. I don't see him being very successful.